If you have a CPA, I want you to think for a second. What did you think that relationship was going to look like before you hired them? You probably thought you were going to have someone sitting at a computer creating all these creative tax strategies for you, spitballing fun tax ideas, right? Now I want you to fast forward and think about what that relationship actually looks like now. The reality is that you're probably not super thrilled with your CPA. You hardly hear from them. They take forever to respond to emails. You get billed for one-off questions, and you're probably starting to realize that this is a pretty transactional relationship where you just upload tax documents in the spring, they file your return, send you a bill, and that's about it. So why is this the case? And what is the solution? Well, we're going to break it all down for you today. I promise you don't want to miss it. If it's your first time here, my name is John Boyd. I'm a certified financial planner, and I'm the founder and lead wealth advisor at Modern Wealth. If you like today's content, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you keep getting content just like this. And of course, if you need help with your own financial plan, reach out to us at www.modernwealth.com. That's modern spelled with no vowels, wealth.com. So let me make something very clear here before I piss anybody off. CPAs and tax preparers are 100% essential, and a lot of them are doing a fantastic job. But I believe a big reason why you probably don't like your current CPA or tax preparer is all due to expectation. You see, there's an expectation with consumers that CPAs and tax preparers should be doing all this creative tax planning for you and being this personal tax guru in your corner. But what consumers need to understand is that tax prep and tax planning are fundamentally two different types of businesses. Tax planning is much more consultative, requires a lot of monitoring, requires a lot of keeping you accountable to actually executing on that tax plan, whereas tax prep is much more administrative in nature. It's also not very reasonable to expect to pay a professional, let's say $700 a year, and expect them to do all this brilliant tax planning that takes 30, 40 hours a year to do. It just isn't part of their job description. The second big thing you need to realize is there is a gigantic CPA shortage in the United States right now. Less people are wanting to sit for the CPA exams, and the ones that do, a lot of them aren't rushing to sign up for personal tax prep. In addition to this, as of 2019, roughly 75% of the CPA workforce was retirement age. So this is a recipe for the current environment we have today, where tax preparers are taking on 500, 600, oftentimes 1,000 clients at a time. And when you have that type of client load, you really can only focus on tax prep in a compliant fashion. There isn't time for tax planning. So if you want actual tax planning with strategizing and spitballing all these fun tax ideas and bringing them to life, what should you be looking for? Well, for one, is you need to be looking for a comprehensive tax planning service, and it's possible that your CPA offers this. It's likely going to be a lot more expensive, but there's a good chance they have it. Now, if your professional that you're working with offers tax planning, ask them what their process is. How often do they meet with you? What type of experience do they have tax planning for someone in your shoes? Basically, you need to find a tax planner who is actually going to do the tax planning and help you execute it. And the reality is that might take 3 to 6 times per year meeting with them to bring it all to life. Finally, if you're someone who is maybe interested in working with a certified financial planner to do that tax planning, you really need to ask them if they even do real tax planning. One litmus test that you can do for this is ask the CFP that you're working with if they review your tax return. Your tax return is almost like getting your blood work done at the doctor. It's going to show a lot of what's happening underneath the surface from a tax perspective, and hopefully present some opportunities to improve your tax situation. If your planner that you're currently working with or considering working with doesn't bother to look at your tax return, pay stubs, W-2s, any of that, then they probably don't do actual tax planning. And you should probably look somewhere else if that's the type of service that you want. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully you found today's episode helpful. If you need help creating a tax plan, by all means, reach out to us at www.modernwealth.com. That's modern, spelled with no vowels, wealth.com. I'll see you next time.